Hi guys, welcome back to Nebula Fox Toy Reviews. Today we are going back to the wonderful world of Jurassic World for the only Jurassic World review that I'm doing this month. And it is going to be the Jurassic World Survival Wild Raw figures. I have the full set. So we have the Pteranodon, we have the Ceratosaurus, we have the Afrovenator. This is the one I was mainly looking forward to getting in this set. And we have the Brachauchenius. This, I'm going to admit, is a species I've never heard of. The marine reptiles are not my strong point. I'm more at the actual dinosaurs and pterosaurs. So this one I haven't really heard of before, but it looks similar to like Pteranodon and Chronosaurus and all that stuff. So it's probably going to be in the same family. These figures, like I said, the Afrovenator is the one that I really wanted in this wave. Well, in this set, it's the first wave of this set. And if I had to pay full price for it, then this is the only one I would have got, and it would have got a standalone video. But in the January sale, so just after Christmas, B&M had these on sale at $12.99 each. Which, for brand new figures to go down that cheap that quickly, as doesn't really happen, at least in the UK. I mean, in America, things go on clearance for like $5 pretty quickly. But in the UK, it takes a long time for things to go on sale. So, because these were $12.99 each, I jumped on them and bought the full set. Smiths currently have these on offer for $14.99, I believe. And unfortunately B&M, they've gone back up to $19.99 now. So Smiths is now your option for getting them cheaper. But still not as cheap as what B&M have them for. So anyway, let's head on over to the review table and crack all of these dinosaurs out of their cages. So, here we are. Here are all the figures, and I mean all of them. They're piled up. This is possibly going to be the setup for a thumbnail. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. But anyway, we have them all here. I am going to start with the Afrovenator, because that's the one I was mostly looking forward to. So we're going to take a quick look at the packaging just for this one, and then I'm going to open them all in one go for the review. So, here is the Afrovenator in its box. We've got a nice picture of, that is not Rexy, that is more likely Ember from Jurassic World Rebirth, because it looks more like that T-Rex. We've got the Jurassic World Survival logo, which is like it's a take on the Rebirth logo. Jurassic World Survival, Wild Raw Afrovenator. If we go up here, we've got a basic Jurassic World logo, which is Rebirth without the word Rebirth on it. This side, lots of fine print. On the back, even more fine print. A bit of a destroyed box, but I'm not bothered about. Shows you the dinosaur, what it does, and it's also advertising the Jurassic World Facts app, or the Play app, whatever it's called now. I need to get back onto that. So, that's the box, really. I am going to pause it here, unbox all of them, and then we shall take a closer look, at all of the figures. Okay, I've unboxed them all. Slightly damaged my Brachauchenius, but that was tough to put its tail on. Anyway, moving all of these to the side, we shall start with the Afrovenator. And I really like him. I really like this figure. Honestly, I do. I wish the tail, like this sort of frilling that's on the tail and under the crotch, I guess, on the underside of the tail. I do wish that was at the top, because I meant that looks better to me with it being at the top. But it being at the bottom, that's Mattel's decision. I also prefer it when the tail curls up as well. But anyway, this figure is really damn cool. I love the colouring on it. I like that it's like a it feels like a see-through plastic. It's very, very like shiny, like it almost looks slimy, and I like it. So getting a closer look at the head, we've got the eye is printed very nicely on both sides, which is good. The tongue is painted nicely, and the roof of the mouth is also done, but that's because it's one of the bigger figures. The teeth are a separate piece made in that rubbery material, so you don't need to worry about it hurting, and it also, the paint won't chip because they're not painted. Going down, we've got the nice dark blue stripes that go to about the hip, and then it's just unpainted. But we also have darker colouring on the feet. No painted hands or anything, but it is the arms are made of the softer material, so the arms can bend as well as, you know, articulate normally. For articulation, the arms can go forward and back, and also out to the side. The legs can go forward and back, but not out to the side. They seem to have ditched the legs being able to move outwards, and you've got the pointless tail rotation as well. Once the tail is in, it's in. You can't pull it back out, apart from with this guy, because as you can tell, I broke it. So the clip on this one that holds the tail in broke, so I can actually remove the tail on that guy. But we're not on about that guy yet. For the action features, so all of these wild roars light up, basically. So you got the button on the side with the Afrovenator. When you press it, there you go. So they roar and they light up, basically. That's the whole gimmick of the survival wild roars. So it's nice. And obviously if you don't want them to light up or make noise, you can just remove the battery and they'll just do the movement. So this guy he moves his head to the side when he lights up. Yeah. He's pretty cool. I do like him. And here is his scan code. There we go. So there's the scan code for the Afrovenator. Move him to the side. I'll do the Ceratosaurus next. And this is like an extreme Ceratosaurus. Look at the horns on the nose. It's kind of ridiculous how big these horns are. Especially the nose horn. But it's still pretty cool. And as you can see, a big contrast to the colour scheme on the Afrovenator. This Ceratosaurus is really dark. So this would be perfect for like camouflage nighttime shoots if you do toy photography. This one would be perfect for that. So once again, the eyes are printed really nicely. Ooh. That was Fish Boy. So the eyes are printed really nicely on both sides of the head again. Once again, no paint on the claws, on hands or feet. But I mean, with this colour scheme, I'm not that bothered. But it kind of stands out when your dinosaur is brightly coloured. Once again, the tongue and the roof of the mouth are painted. The teeth are the soft rubbery material, so no chipping and no hurty. And I just really like this one. It's not as shiny or as slimy looking and feeling as the Afro. So this guy looks more like rocks, basically. I think the whole idea with the Jurassic World Survival is mutations. So while they will look generally like the dinosaur they are meant to be, there will be some sort of mutations that make them like extreme versions. Like, for example, the horns on the Ceratosaurus. That is pretty cool. Once again, the arms can go forward and back and out to the side. And the legs can also go forward and back. And you have the pointless tail rotation, but only at the tip, because that's the only bit you had to actually clip on. So this guy, when you press the button, he opens his mouth and looks down. And also lights up like he's a lightning storm, which is pretty cool. Also seems to use Indominus Rex noises. Apart from that one, that's original. See, that was Indominus Rex that led into another roar, and I'm not sure where the other one was. I think the second part of that is original. That's definitely like Indominus growls. That's just the dinosaur getting struck by lightning. So yeah. So it's pretty cool, and the light up feature on these is really cool as well. And there is the Ceratosaurus scan code. Most of you, you'll most likely already have these scanned into your app because, you know, other places will have reviewed them before me. Up next, we're going to look at the Brachauchenius, and as I said, the clip that holds the tail in place broke, so I can actually take the tail off this one. But once it's in, it still holds its place, so it's not going to fall out. But this guy looks brutal. You would not want to be growled by this guy if you went swimming. He is a beast. Like I said, I'm not fully familiar with this species because marine reptiles are not my thing. So I don't know what has been like changed or mutated with this guy. Probably the flippers and the tail. Like anything that looks extreme is most likely going to be the thing that's the mutated part. But he's still pretty cool. I like the silver. The silver under his jaw. That's going down to under his belly. Stops just before the speaker. But I like the silver. Once again, like the Ceratosaurus, he does not look or feel like slimy in any way. It is only the afro that has that sort of look and feel to it. But it's pretty cool. Articulation, you've got the flippers, so they can flap and swivel. Same with the... Oh, the back ones don't want to... Alright, there we go. So the back ones can also flap and swivel. This side does not want to flap. This side swivels, but it doesn't want to flap. So I'm not going to force it, because I've already damaged this one once. I've already damaged this figure once. But it's pretty cool. And when you press the button, once again, he looks down. He lights up green. My camera is showing it as blue, but I can assure you it's green. It is it's like a bright green colour. It actually kind of looks nice as a blue that my camera is showing. But if we look, excuse me, if we look into the mouth, once again, the teeth are a separate piece, the soft rubbery material, and the mouth has been done really nicely. I like it. A mutation could also be the fact that it's got a big underbite. Because I might look at how much the lower jaw overlaps the top jaw. Look at that from the front. Is it? Mouthy boy. That's that guy. I can't really say anything about him because, like I said, I don't really know marine reptiles. But one thing I do know about is Pteranodon. And this Pteranodon is probably my favourite one. It's probably my favourite Pteranodon that Mattel have done. And it looks cool. It is still a take on the Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodon. Because if you open the beak, it does have teeth. And, you know, Pteranodon means toothless wing, so... the one thing... they got like the one thing wrong about it. But I'm not bothered, because like I said, it is based on the Jurassic Park 3 one. One thing I will say is, why do the teeth go all the way back? That just looks ridiculous, and kind of painful as well. It would be painful. Your teeth should stop about here. Yeah, the teeth should stop about there. But in both the upper and lower jaw, they go all the way to the back. So, eyes, once again, printed very nicely on both sides. I like it when they do that, because sometimes they'll do it where the side you can see in the packaging, they'll print the eye perfectly, and the other side will be sloppy. It's got a bright green colour under the belly. That's not see-through, and you've got these really nice, as you can see, these really nice see-through bat-like wings, and I love them. So when you press the button, the beak opens, and his back lights up. That's the sound I was looking for. You can't really see the lights underneath apart from in the wings. Also, the wings don't flap. Well, they do, but it's down to you to flap them. They don't flap with the mechanism, it's just the mouth. But you also have the articulation there as well, so you can fold the wings in for storage, and the legs can also move. And here is the scan code for the Pteranodon. So, oh, I didn't show you the scan code for the Brachau, for the Brachie. There you go. There's the. Can I do it so it's? There we go. There's the Brachauchenius scan code as well. So that is that. Love the Pteranodon. Pteranodon's probably it's probably my favourite Pteranodon that they've done. Not my favourite pterosaur. That is going to go to the rebirth Quetzal because it can stand up. But this is probably going to be my favourite Pteranodon. I just love how chunky the crest is as well. But yeah, I'm going to bring the other two guys back in. The Cerato and the Afro. There we go. That's that. That's all I can really say about these guys. So, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you all in the next video, whatever that'll be. Bye!